All right, so I'm going to start. Let me start this whole thing. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. There's no God but you. Glory be unto you. Indeed, I was among the wrongdoers. وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ وَعَلَى آلِهِ وَأَصْحَابِهِ أَجْمَعِينَ وَالْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Ameen. So we're continuing on today with the 17th flash, the 13th note, and the third matter. Okay, so Mariam, you can go ahead and start us off with the first paragraph.
There is hadith which says, all which perish save those who know, and those who know will perish, save those who act, and those who act will perish.
Okay, so pause.
Save
Sorry, Mariam, if you hear me, sorry, pause. We need to start us off with Happy's the man. So
Okay.
that's all right. Okay, so go ahead, please.
Happy is a man who knows his limits and does not exceed them. The sun has manifestations who from a fragment of glass and a droplet of water to a pool, the ocean, the moon, and the planets each contain the sun's reflection and image in accordance with its capacity and knows its limits. In accordance with its capacity, a drop of water says, there is a reflection of the sun on me. But it cannot say, I am a mirror like the ocean. In just the same way, the ranks of the saints have degrees, in accordance with the variety of the divine names manifestations. Each of the divine
Sorry. Each of the divine names.
Names has manifestations like a sun from the heart of the divine throne. The heart, too, is a throne, but it cannot say, I am like the divine throne.
Thus, those who proceed reluctantly and with pride instead of knowing their impotence, poverty, faults, and defects, and prostrating entreatingly before the divine court, which from the basis of worship hold their minuscule hearts equal to the divine throne. They confuse their droplet-like stations and with the ocean-like stations of the saints. They stoop to artificiality, false display, and meaningless self-advertisement in order to make themselves fitting for those high ranks and cause themselves many difficulties. Should I read? Wait. In short, there is a hadith which says, all will perish. Oh, okay. All will perish save those who know, and those who know will perish save those who act, and those who act will perish save the sincere. The sincere are in grave danger. That is to say, the only means of salvation and deliverance is sincerity. It is of the greatest importance to gain sincerity. The tiniest act performed with sincerity is preferable to tons performed without sincerity. A person should understand that what gains sincerity for his actions is his doing them purely because they are a divine command, and that their result is divine pleasure, and he should not interfere in God's business. Wait, should I continue
Mariam
reading?
can finish us off. Mariam can take it up from here. Thank you.
There is sincerity in everything. A jot of love, even with sincerity, is superior to tons of official love for which return is wanted. Someone described this sincere love as follows: I do not want a bribe, recompense, return, or reward for love which seeks recompense is weak and short-lived. Sincere love has been lodged in human nature and in all mothers. The compassion of mothers and manifest this sincere love in its true meaning. Evidence that through the mystery of this compassion, mothers do not want or seek a reward or bribe for the love of their children. Is their readiness to sacrifice their lives and even their eternal happiness for them. All a hen's capital is its life, and one hen sacrificed its head in order to save its chick's head from the jaws of a dog. As
Husrev,
as
witness.
Husrev witnessed.
All right, wonderful. And that is the end to the third matter. Thank you all for reading this. Wow, so while you were reading, there was a lot of things that I was thinking I need to go over. But just wondering, based on what was read, I know it was a little fast reading. Did anyone got anything out of it? Anything that stood out to you, struck your attention, or any keyword that was catchy? Yeah, I don't know. So be honest, because to me, I was like, there are some keywords. Asim, go ahead, please.
Sure. Yeah, I was wondering, hey, who wants to be happy? Is it anybody who wants to be happy here?
Yes, me here.
So the first sentence is very good. Happy is the man who knows his limits and does not exceed them. So I was wondering what that meant. Happy, how do I stay happy? And what does it mean to not exceed, whatever certain limits, and how do I not exceed them? And yes, so Mariam and Rayan have their hand up, so go ahead.
Yeah, so I agree with what he just said, because happy is a man who knows his limits and does not exceed them. And the sun has manifestations from a fragment of glass and a droplet of water to cool the ocean, the moon, and the planets each contain the suns, right? So like that basically makes me think of how like the word happy, like to be happy is like very like it's a good thing to be happy, because like it's emotion given to you, and it's an existing emotion that that just has a normal feeling.
And it also describes how you're feeling.
Oh, good one. Thank you for sharing. So it's an emotion that is given to us, and it's given existence, and it's describing how I feel. So just like what you all said, and I was also, that was catchy to me, happy part. I was like, yeah, we all want to be happy. I want to be happy. Today's Sunday, fun day. I was so happy. But in between, sometimes you're interacting with the universe or you're having conversation with someone. I was like, and so you get different mixed feelings and emotions. And I was thinking, okay, but at the end of the day, my human desire is to wanting to be happy. And it's interesting how this first sentence is packed. It's saying that definitely we all want to be happy, but then it's describing something like happy is the man who knows his limits and does not exceed them. So I'm curious to know, what does it mean, who knows my limit and does not exceed them? So I see a comment from Mariam. Mariam, you want to go ahead and say out your comment? Mariam from Ohio.
Yeah, I can. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, there might be a lot of background noise since I'm in the car, but all of your feelings come from your creator. So that means that you have to connect with your creator with all of your emotions. So you can't find happiness by yourself. And so when you connect with your creator, the happiness stays longer. So but if you don't connect with your creator, it's just like say there's this really nice food that you want to try, and so you try it, but while you're eating it, you think only about the taste of the food and not where it comes from. And so when it's done, you don't even realize, and you're like, oh, it's done, and you wish for more. And so, but if you had thought about where it came from and how much trouble the person who gave it to you went through, or how much they cared about you to give it to you, then it would have lasted longer and it would have left you with a warm feeling on the inside. Meanwhile, if you just think about how good it is itself, then you don't have as much to it.
Thank you for sharing that out. Wow. Yeah, I was also reflecting over everything that I had this morning. It tasted good, definitely. I was pleased with it, but like you said, Miriam, one has to question, where is this pleasure coming from, or what is the source of existence of this pleasure? Definitely the food is transient, is buried now in the grave of my stomach, so it's gone. But what can be the source of happiness or pleasure or enjoyment that I experience? So I definitely need to connect all my feelings and emotions to the source of its existence. Thank you. That was a good comment. Is there anyone else who wants to make a comment or say something? Please go ahead, raise your hand. Okay, at any time, feel free to raise your hand if you want to say something. So yeah, so I guess knowing your limits would definitely, it has to do with what Miriam said, like knowing like what has the ability to give existence to this feeling and emotion that I'm experiencing. So I can only be happy when I am able to connect my feelings and emotions to the appropriate source of existence. And I see H. Beza has a question. What does it mean for a man to be happy? What is happiness? Very deep questions. What is happiness? So what is the nature of happiness as far as man is concerned? Silasim is saying, being yourself, not trying to be something you are not. All good discourse going on here. Yeah, really, what is the nature of happiness as far as man is concerned? So I'm just going to connect the dots here. Being true to your human nature, we all want to be happy, and I feel like by default, human beings are happy individuals, and we want to maintain this sense of happiness and feelings within us. So therefore, we go on in our journey in search of the source of existence of this happiness. And clearly in our journey, we realize that the transient things that we interact with, they have no ability themselves to provide us with happiness. They're definitely acting as means or as intermediaries, just like they're like a placeholder where qualities are manifested, but at the end of the day, it's one has to dig deeper into what is the source of existence of things. So, because clearly everything disappears, everything dissipates, and so I cannot hold on to anything here. But guys. Miriam, you wanna share out what you wrote down here?
Okay, so about that, it was something that we watched a long time ago, about like what is happiness. And if you search it up on YouTube, there's supposed to be it's either happiness or what is happiness. It's like a video that shows a bunch of cartoon rats looking for so-called happiness when they're really just falling for a bunch of advertisements, and it shows you the big wormhole that most people in this world fall into, thinking that they're finding real happiness when they really aren't.
Oh yeah, thanks for sharing that. I think I remember also coming across this video. It looks very much of I think we all can resonate it to our lives, especially looks like those lives in the city. You're taking the train or bus Monday to Friday, you're doing your thing, running after, I don't know, what is it? And then all of that you're just exhausting yourself for no reason. And at the end of the day, really, it's all about questioning what is it that all my actions point to. And Miriam and Rayan says, happiness helps us exist. Would you want to expound a little more on this? Miriam and Rayan, I don't know who.
Yeah. So what I mean by happiness makes us exist, because when you have no feelings, no one can describe how you're acting and like who you really are. Because when you have feelings, then they can say, oh, that you are caring or something. Like they can describe you by how you act or how you different ways, but mostly it's on how you act. So if you didn't have feelings, then you wouldn't really be able to exist, because no one will see who you are or how you act.
Also, you have to show your happiness towards your creator, and you have to also show your gratitude to the creator, because without happiness, like you could be aggressive towards someone and hurt their feelings, and happiness can cheer up someone's day. Who knows? I mean, it would cheer up my day.
Thank you for sharing these valuable comments, everyone. It's helping me a lot here. And you're right. Without my feelings and emotions, what am I, right? I call myself a human being, but what is it that makes me a human being? And so when I'm given all these emotions, feelings, sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm not that happy, sometimes I'm, what do you say, in need of, enjoyment. And sometimes I feel angry maybe at something, but all of that is really, you're right, I need to listen to it. It's a message telling me, what am I really? What is my reality? I am a very complex individual, very dynamic being. It's just like how the day transforms into night and season transforms into like winter, snow, storms. Similarly, the human being is also a complex individual like that. We're given various feelings and emotions, and they become a blessing for us, because through that I realize that, hey, guess what? I'm given existence. I'm experiencing happiness today, or I'm experiencing a little angry towards something that I disliked. So I question all these feelings within me, and I recognize that I really have no control over my state of being. And I'm all really connecting it back to what Miriam said, that I'm really in need of these emotions and feelings, because that helps me recognize not only what am I in my nature, where everything is just given to me, bestowed on me, but exactly like what is it that I'm in need of. And I definitely am in need of eternal happiness at the end of the day. Okay. Sage Base, I put a little smile up there. I don't know, do you have a comment? But before that, let's see, Ali Marmar has his hand up. Go ahead, Ali Marmar.
I'm very, very, very excited to hear these young guys. MashaAllah. I'm very happy with them. And their comments also really make sense and opening my mind, helping me a lot. I would like to thank them a lot. So what I would like to ask a question to Rayan. I didn't hear Rayan's voice. Rayan, are you around? Do you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear you.
Oh, Nasser, right? Yes. My friend, my brother, I see you as my friend. So you can call me also my friend. You can call me an old friend. I am all, you can say my old friend. Okay? Rayan, what do you need? For example, I will give you a clue to you. I need to breathe air now. Yep. What else?
Wait.
What else?
So what is it? So you said I need to breathe air.
Yeah, so I am in need of air. So that's what my reality is.
Yeah.
Yep, correct. So
Yeah.
can you continue? What else? Do you need that? Do you need air as well right now?
Yeah.
Okay, not immediately, but what do you think you need next to this air and
Food, water,
water? Yeah, food, correct, and health.
and
Health,
Shelter.
healthy. You don't want illness, do you?
shelter.
Yeah. Do I
Existence.
confuse you? You want to be healthy. You don't want to be ill, correct? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to be alive.
Yeah.
What else? You want to think. You need to. You need to think. Eh? And if you cannot think, can you imagine who you are? You need the ability to think. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you need to be able to speak as well?
Yeah. The ability to hear, the power of sight.
Yes. What else? What else? Hearing?
Yeah.
Yep.
The ability to walk.
Yeah, to use your legs, to be able to stand up. Oh, so
This.
for example, if you eat the food, but you don't have the taste, oh man,
Yeah.
your
Your mouth.
tongue doesn't feel any taste. Horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need your
So,
mouth.
do you need light?
Yeah.
The
And
sun?
yes.
Do you need to feel, for example, that you you want something, you don't want something, you prefer something, not to prefer to choose something, not to choose something? Yeah,
Uh, the essential needs.
yeah. No, for example, if you don't have any feeling towards anything, you are like a dumb person. Would you like to be?
I would not like to be a dumb person.
No, no one likes, neither do I. So, for example, I don't want to be living in a vegetable life, in a they call it vegetable life, the old man before they die, they don't feel anything, they cannot speak. But They breathe. Okay, that's it. But they are not conscious of anything.
Yeah.
So, for example, do you need to remember what happened yesterday, last year, etc.? What you learned yesterday?
Yeah, I need to remember.
Or do you need to be able to plan for tomorrow? What shall I do tomorrow? I should go there, so I have to get ready for it, etc.
Yes.
Do you think there is a limit for our needs?
Yeah.
Is there any limit for our needs?
No.
Sorry?
No.
Hmm.
Wait, actually, we check out this world, so there is a limit for our needs.
So what? No, not needs. I'm saying needs. Can you put a limit to your needs? I need only 10 things. I will say, do you need, for example, for your fingers to work?
Yes.
Okay. Your arm?
Yes.
Endless, isn't it?
Yes. Endless.
Endless. I cannot put a limit to my needs. Now, let's think this. Okay, I cannot put a limit to my needs, but among these needs, how many of them can I create? Make it guarantee.
Uh.
Can you
What was
create
it? What was the question?
No. How many of the needs that I can create, I can guarantee?
So
For example, can you create air?
no.
Can you create the ability to breathe, to take in, inhale?
No.
Can you create the ability, for example, to make your stomach work? Do you know how it works? I mean, are you conscious of it? Come on, work now. Can you say this?
No.
Can you create the stomach,
No.
your heart,
No.
your kidneys? Oh man,
Yeah.
endless. But
Yeah.
what can you create?
Nothing.
What of them? Which of the? You are clever. We cannot create anything, but we need endless things.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I think the text we read, or Miriam read, the man who knows his limit. Okay?
Yeah.
Did you understand your limit now? You have endless needs and you cannot create anything. Your limit starts with 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Excuse me. Right now. I'm with you. I'm with you, Maria. So, because Raya.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So, can you? We have to know our limits. Means we cannot create and guarantee anything, right? It means our limit starts with the number 0, but our needs goes into infinite. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
What is going on in this world? What's going on in this world? It means I should know my limit.
Yeah.
so that whatever is given to me is an extra because I cannot create them. Somebody is giving to me. Miriam from Ohio said, your creator. If you know your creator, you are the happiest man. Oh, I agree totally with. Let us think about a very simple example. Now, you don't have any family. Alhamdulillah, you have, but let's assume if you didn't have any family, no one is taking care of you, you are really outside, the winter is severe. I'm guessing that in your area, the winter doesn't get really very severe. Yeah. Does it get very severe winter? Do you get very severe winter conditions in your area?
No.
Yeah, but can you imagine that the
Yes.
storm is imagination? Yeah, storm is really blowing on your face, and you don't have anything to wear. You are out. Somebody looks at you and tells you, asks you that, hey, guy, come on, I can give you a room in my house. You say, okay, will you be happy? One room.
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay, but look, happiness is with you, isn't it? We were trying to understand what happiness is.
Yeah.
And then if he gives you something to wear, what would you do?
I would take it and say thank
And
you.
even happier. Huh?
Yeah.
No, okay. And if he warms up the room, oh,
I will be extremely happy.
okay. If he gives you a bed, you can tells you that you can sleep here.
I will be happy.
Okay. If he comes with a loaf of bread only, not much food, but bread, enough for you, would you take it?
Yes.
Would you not say that where is the fried chicken? Would you say that?
No, I would just take it because I would be very
And
hungry.
you will be very happy whatever you are given, right?
Yeah.
But if a person doesn't know his limit, it means doesn't realize that he cannot create, he cannot guarantee anything. But he is taken in a room and given some clothes to put on, and bed is ready, but a small bed, and only bread is given. If he looks at the conditions and looking at the house is very big, right?
Yeah.
And also he's imagining that there may be some more food to be given. And if he says, I am miserable because I am given only a loaf of bread, I am giving only one room, and I am giving only a simple clothes to wear and a small bed. I wasn't given a king size bed. And if he keeps criticizing, and you think this person will be unhappy, the second person will be unhappy with the bread, a small bed, a one room, rather than 10 rooms and whole house. Do you think this person imagined that I should have been given a house with 10 rooms and not only bread, but also uh, uh, fried chicken next to it, maybe some rice too, and it's a nice hot soup like this, imagining, and because he's not giving all of them, do you think this person will be happy? The second person?
No,
But he is not giving what he is expecting.
he would be very bad because if he wouldn't get what he
Expected.
wants, yeah, what he's expecting,
Whatever
then
he's sorry. Yeah.
it's fine. You can go.
So whatever he is given, he thinks he should be given better than this, better than this. Yeah.
Wait, yeah,
Do you think this man will ever be happy?
and, probably not.
Yes, I agree with you. That's what the first paragraph of the text is telling us. If we know our limits, that our limit starts with zero. Zero means our limits means we have nothing to claim. But our needs are endless. Whatever we are given, we should be happy. But if I don't know my limit, if I just desire the things according to my imaginations, I will never, ever be happy. I think I should, Ryan, thank you very much to communicating with me and answering the questions, so that I think it makes the subject clear to understand. To me, it
Yeah.
is clear now. Now, thank you very much for your accompanying me. Okay, I should stop now and let's listen to Miriam or moderator, whatever she says.
Thank you, Ali, Marmar, and Rayan, and beautiful dialogue. Go ahead, Mariam.
So while they were talking, something popped into my head. So they were talking about if we could create any of our needs, but we also have a need to connect with our creator. Can we not make that connection?
Sorry, I couldn't hear everything because the voice went out and became weak. Sorry, somebody helps me. Either Miriam can repeat the question.
I'm sorry, I'm in the car and there's very little internet. So what I asked was, while you and Rayon were talking, something popped into my head. You guys said if you guys were talking about if we could make any of our needs, and you said we couldn't, but we need to connect with our creator. But can we not make that connection, or does our creator make that connection?
Ali, Marmar, go ahead, please. And I see Mariam and Rayan. So let's give in to Mariam and Rayan. Go. You want to say something?
So the other day, I was watching like the ICNA convention with my mom, like what was going on and stuff. So, I can answer the question. Like, you know how Mariam from Ohio said that if you can you not like connect with the creator? Like, isn't that like that you can you like create that connection? So like, I listened in the convention that like there's a special part in the heart that is given to you that you can connect with your creator, and it's not for anything else, and it's just so that you can connect with the creator. So that's what I heard from there.
And I also wanted to add on from that is that what I also heard was that like the example was a car and there's gasoline, like person decides to put orange juice in there, but it breaks. So it's the same thing with your body. The heart is the gas tank. So if you put anything else in it, it would break because the only thing that's supposed to go in there is your creator, your love for the creator.
Oh, thank you for sharing your comments, both of you. So I'm curious to know what Ali Murmur has to say, and I also see Mariam's hand up. So, okay, Ali Murmur, go ahead, please.
Now, I wonder why Miriam asks this question, how to connect. I need to connect with Creator. If someone doesn't know his limits and doesn't realize that his needs are endless, how this person is going to look for a creator? He's a miserable man. He doesn't know his limits. He wants everything. He will not be satisfied with this. What do you mean? What he will say? What do you mean by creator? I want everything that I want. But I think we hear the word creator from somebody else and say that we need to connect the creator. How can you connect the creator if you don't know your limits? Where do you get the idea of connector? Idea of creator? Because if you are ambitious, if you are not satisfied at all with anything you are given, you wouldn't think about the source of whatever you need, who is the creator. You wouldn't go into the notion of creator only after realizing that you cannot give existence to anything. And then your needs are endless. After you realize this, you start thinking that, look, who is giving them to me? If you understand that they are given to you, you will be happy with the one who gives it to you. And this one is the creator of your need, whatever you need it. For example, you need air. You say, I cannot create air. I cannot do anything, but air is prepared for me. Then you automatically have to think, who is preparing it? Then you automatically connect yourself to the creator. But if you don't follow this way of reasoning, you become like a puppet repeating what you hear from the people, what they say. No, you have to be realistic within own your experience, your life experience. If you keep listening to religious people's words, you cannot really be sure what they are talking about. So you become a parrot, listening, repeating what you hear. So I think you are a clever, you both, Rayan, Miriam, and Miriam, Ohio. I will put your last name, Ohio, Miriam. Miriam, Ohio, you are clever people. You can automatically connect yourself to the creator only after you realize that you cannot create anything, but everything is provided for you, given to you by someone. Who can it be? Then you say, this is the one who created the atmosphere who created the ability to breathe in me, then automatic connection is established. Do you follow the reasoning way that human beings will be absolutely satisfied? Yeah, really? There must be a creator who created and prepared the air and all endless things that I need for me and brought me into existence, everything ready for me. And then you say, this is the one who created the universe. Automatically you are connected then to the creator. You don't really make any further attempt to connect yourself to the creator. It is just repetition of what you hear. You are clever. Come on. You can make your own decision with your own understanding, with your own ability as you are, or both of all of you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali Murmur, for pinpointing that out. Yeah, I agree. If I'm like really not thinking about what the source of existence of any of my needs, whoever is the source of existence of any of my needs. So just like we said earlier, I'm in need to breathe, I'm in need to listen, I'm in need to talk, I'm in need to walk, I'm in need to like reason, I'm in need to like, the list keeps going on. And the analogy also was beautiful. If I'm in a really desperate situation and I really need warm food, some warm clothing, and a little shelter, right? If it is provided for me, and if I recognize that I'm in need of warm food, yes, I'm in need of warm clothing and I'm in need of a warm bed. If I recognize all these needs, and then if it's provided to me and I also recognize who is providing it, then obviously there's going to be a feeling of gratitude towards that person. And when I have this feeling of gratitude, then that's like an automatic connection with the source of existence of all my needs, or in other words, the provider of all of this. So and that makes me also like a happy person. So yeah, I just wanted to reiterate what I took away from what was shared. Yeah, and there's some also notes posted by Hamim. I don't know if is there any volunteer who would want to read up nice and slowly, like any. Go ahead, I saw someone's Miriam. Go ahead, please.
I am in need to hear, listen, breathe, talk, walk, reason, feel, remember things. I cannot put a limit to my endless needs. Can I create any of my needs? No. Can I claim ownership over anything? No. I am in need to connect with the source of my existence, or SOE. Well, let's think. It seems that if I do not know what I am, what my limits are as far as not having ability to create anything, then can I really think about the SOE, think about what the SOE is? How often do I think about the SOE of my breathing?
Thank you. Yeah, so the source of existence of my breathing, or like, yeah, like little things that, not even little things, but anything that we're doing, like even talking right now, listening to each other, sharing ideas, thoughts, trying to process, reason. How is it happening? It's interesting. Or even just like the fruit I had earlier. Yeah, even like how the whole phenomenon actually happened of eating and then breaking it down in the stomach, and like how is all of this happening, and my ability to see it, fetch it, peel it, just like an orange, perfectly packaged. And so yeah, so that's something to think about. Go ahead, Miriam, I see your hand up. Miriam, go ahead, please.
I'm sorry, I don't have a question. It sounds laggy, but I didn't put my hand up.
Okay, no problem. So just wondering if there's anyone else who wants to make a comment or just want to chime in or has a question. Feel free to raise your hand. Yeah, well, people are thinking. I'm also reflecting a little more on questioning, like even my needs. It's endless. Every morning it's like I'm waking up with a different set of things I need. The to-do list keeps changing and changing and changing, and it's actually amazing and mind-boggling as well. So yeah, we cannot really put any limit to our needs, but what I can do on my end is to recognize, first of all, my neediness. Yes, I'm a recipient of needs. That's how I'm made. And number two, what is actually the source of existence of these needs? So when these needs are met, like how is it met? What did I do? Did I do anything? Can I claim ownership over any of the needs that are met? It's interesting. I'm just putting a checklist also within myself about all that. So again, if there's anyone who wants to make a comment or something, go for it. If not, then definitely there's plenty to talk about. So happy is the man who knows his limit, as in knows his needs, neediness, createdness, and does not exceed them. But let me take a pause because I see a chat. So H. Beza, can you please say out your comment? Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Sure. So as I was listening to you guys, thank you. That was a very fruitful discussion for me to listen to. I was thinking then, based on this discussion and this first sentence, happy is the man who knows his limits and does not exceed them. That means that the man or the person, or if I know my limits, that means that essentially I know myself, the nature of myself. I know who I am. In a way, I know my own identity. And so in this equation that the author here offers to us, then knowing myself and acting in accordance with this reality, with whatever that identity then is, and in this case it is me knowing that I have no ability to create or guarantee anything for myself, although I find myself in a state where I am in need of infinite things, then that becomes acknowledging that reality becomes happiness for me, because then I know who I am. So I just wanted to share my takeaways from your discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a beautiful share out. It helps to hear different comments from everyone because, you know, everybody shares out with their own wording, phrases, and it enhances one's understanding better. So thank you for that. At this juncture, anyone else wants to make a comment, a summary or something? Feel free at any time to raise your hand. I think we're, oh, look at that. Miriam, go ahead, please.
So I also have a summary for what, like, the whole entire thing that we've talked about. And since you asked for summaries, I just thought I might read mine. And so my first thing that I wrote down was, I am a mirror like the ocean. The second one was, know your limits. The third one was, most people nowadays fall into a wormhole that advertisements create, saying that you will have true happiness if you buy their product, when true happiness only happens when you connect with your creator. And the fourth one is, you cannot give existence to anything. The fifth one is, we cannot create the connection with our creator, and we cannot claim anything that is yours. And happiness is a man who knows his limits.
Yeah, beautiful takeaways. So this, your seventh or I don't know, 8th point about we cannot create connection with our creator. Yes, so the keyword here is create. Like, really, can I actually create anything, or am I giving existence to anything? So in that regards, no, I'm not the source of existence of anything. I just find myself with the need to wanting to talk to someone, with the need to wanting to listen or hear to someone, and I just follow accordingly. If I want to talk to someone, I just pick up the phone, you know, WhatsApp or just FaceTime, and that's it, right? Am I creating any of this? Something to think about. Yeah, but thanks for sharing this out. And I also liked your first point about I'm a mirror like the ocean. Yep. That's true. This connects back to what H. Beza was saying in terms of what am I in my identity, really. At the end of the day, I'm just a drop in the ocean. But I think that a little bit needs also some more thorough reflection on one's end. And I got it from the text in the first or second sentence. Oh, okay, so let's look into that. And that's exactly, thank you for bringing this up, Miriam. I wanted to go over this analogy that the author is presenting to us now about the sun has manifestations from a fragment of glass and a droplet of water to a pool, the ocean, the moon, and the planets. So he's presenting us with an analogy about like this, how the sun is shining through all these objects that we find in the universe. And let's see what's next here. Let me remove this thing because right here. Nope, this is making it a little messy. Okay, so we have here, okay, so there's something else going on in the chat in the first paragraph. Yeah, so let's go over this first paragraph. So each contains the sun's reflection. So all an image in accordance with its capacity. So yeah, so like what we observe is very evident to us. We see sunlight and it's reflecting, shining on objects, you name it. And so it seems that the rays gets reflected into the ocean, the moon, the planets, or water, pool, whatever, you name it. And each contains the sun's reflection and image in accordance with its capacity and knows its limits. In accordance with its capacity, a drop of water says, there's a reflection of sun on me, but it cannot say I'm a mirror like the ocean. It's a good point. In just the same way, the ranks of the saints have degrees in accordance with the variety of the divine name's manifestations. Each of the divine names has manifestation like a sun, from the heart to the divine throne. Like a sun, from the heart to the divine throne. The heart chooses a throne, but cannot say, I'm the divine throne. Okay, so I'll have to break this down a little bit further. So I find myself interacting with different objects in the universe. Definitely the moon is not the same as the sun, or the ocean is different than the planets. And so all of them, so the sunlight is being reflected in all of them, but at different capacity and level. So I think it's also pinpointing to how there are variations in even in understanding of several things. So if all of us were to read a specific poem right here and now, each one of us is going to get a different meaning out of it. Okay, so no two person will have the same exact meaning. So Miriam from Ohio may have a different meaning. Miriam from Texas may have come up with a different meaning. Rayan will come up with something else. So it's really how much, it's really based on one's personal perception of something, and they're able to get things out of it. And I think the point where I'm trying to get at is the author is mentioning here that in just the same way, the ranks of the saints have degrees in accordance with the varieties of the divine name's manifestation. So it's like everybody's perceiving things differently. So let's see if just the poem example is good. And also if an engineer and an artist go to a forest, the engineer would be more interested in knowing, like how the tree is coming into existence. So he's going to start inspecting that. The artist will be more concerned about maybe the landscape and, painting. So everyone based on their interest area will get a little something different. So this is very rough, brief understanding of how I'm trying to make sense myself here with what the author is trying to get at here, but he's also mentioning something about the heart. Each of the divine names has manifestation like a sun, from the heart to the divine throne. The heart too is a throne, but it cannot say I'm like the divine throne. I'm not sure what this means. So I'm really scratching my head here thinking, but if anyone wants to share out their understanding on this analogy in a better way, feel free to raise your hand and express yourself out. So I'm gonna wait until, go ahead, Ali Murmur.
You are expecting to understand in a better way? No, I cannot do that. But in a simple way, I am a simple-minded man. So in a simple way that I can really grasp it. So be satisfied with it. Simple. Would you like me to go ahead what I have to explain the matter in a simple way, or are you still waiting for a better man?
Yes, simple way, please. Go for it. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think we have to understand the phrase here in accordance with its capacity. That's the first line in the screen. In accordance with its capacity. I wonder what's this capacity? As we ran, listed together, we listed the needs and what we can do. So my capacity is defined with the realization of whatever is given to me in the form of a gift, although I deserve nothing. I cannot do nothing. So if I see that, for example, I can speak, I can think, I can see by myself. I am the owner of myself, very selfish. So his capacity is narrowing down in understanding his identity, his reality, as H. Beza said. Who are you? You know, I can do everything, but I cannot create the sun. Oh, sun is provided, prepared for me by someone else. But for example, I can manage with my life. I can walk. I can hold, grasp. Then his capacity of understanding his reality is limited with his realization of his complete impotence, completely not being able to create, to have it by himself at all, then full capacity. But if you, for example, if I know that, I don't think none of the people here has this understanding or this approach, I can have this room by myself. It is not my family gave it to me. It is my room. Come on, it is my room. I doesn't realize that it is given to him or her by his parents. It is my room. These are my shoes. These are my pocket money. And of course, how much this guy will be happy with his family, with his parents, that the parents are favoring this guy with the room, with the clothing, maybe furniture in the room, and buying the shoes. Of course, his capacity to be thankful, to be grateful to his parents who prepared everything for him from the very babyhood, when he was a baby, until now. Everything in the house is prepared by his parents. This is an example. Parents are not creating it, but it's an analogy to understand it, capacity, to understand the capacity of a person. So your capacity to be grateful to your parents will be limited with only they give you, for example, on an occasion, an extra money for $100, you will say, thank you, daddy or mommy. But when they give you your standard $5 or $3 daily pocket money, you will say, that is my share. Now, they have to give. And for example, breakfast is prepared by your mom. You say, of course, she is the mom. She has to prepare it. She's not favoring me. Lunch, dinner, everything. But one day, if they give you an extraordinary banquet like food, you say, thank you, mommy. So that is why your capacity lies within your realization of your neediness completely, and not being able to create anything completely. Everything is provided for you. Everything is provided for you. In the example, by your parents in the house. Does it make this example sense to you? Somebody wants to speak, I should stop.
Mariam, go ahead, please.
So about what Ali Dada said, so that what you said about the share of the family, and you don't expect that your family would like go against that, like, oh yeah, of course they would do that because that's what they normally do. You know, you don't expect for them to not do that. But I honestly don't think that's a very fair way of thought. And I'm not saying every person should do this, and I don't think that my mom even does this for that reason. But Saturdays and Sundays, she usually doesn't prepare dinner. And so when I really think about it, that makes me think, well, if she doesn't prepare on weekends, that shows that she doesn't have to do that. You know, she doesn't have to prepare the meal for you. She's doing it out of kindness.
Go ahead, Ali Murmur.
If I say I understood everything Mariam Ohio said, it would be a lie, because the voice was going up and down, and I couldn't really follow it. If someone helps me understand what Mariam said, who is not in the car.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's not in the car? Oh, go ahead, Mariam. You want to try again? Go for it, please. All right, who would want to reiterate or rephrase what Mariam said? What you understood from it? Go ahead. Okay. H. Beza, yes?
Okay, I'll give it a go, inshallah, but Mariam can correct me if I've misunderstood anything. I think what she was saying was that she was making a comparison here, how her mom sometimes doesn't cook dinner on the weekends, and that not necessarily being a bad thing because it helps Mariam realize, or she was reflecting that she realizes that her mom doesn't have to cook for her during the week. So by her experiencing that she doesn't cook for her during the weekend, she notices that she doesn't have to do it during the week. And when she does cook for her family, she does it out of kindness. Okay, I'm getting a thumbs up from her, so I think that's right, but feel free to correct me.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for saying that out. Ali Marmar, go ahead, please.
My example was a parable. I know she doesn't have to. At the same time, whatever your mom prepares for you, your dad buys for you, prepares for you, all of them are favors, aren't they? You couldn't do that. Okay, all of them. Now, whatever we are given in this world, including our mom, including our father, and including the ability for your mom and daddy, are given by the creator, because they cannot create. Neither can I create, neither can you create. We are all given everything. But if I don't realize and thinking that some of them I do and must be given, not necessarily as a result of, out of kindness, but has to, or I can do it, then I am limiting my capacity to realize who is the creator and what he, with what favor he is doing to me. That is the capacity. So did I make it clear now? I am trying to understand what the author is saying here according to the capacity. So if the capacity is large, he would understand what he is given more. If the capacity is narrow, he would realize that only a few things are given to him as a favor. For example, if someone says, the nature is given to me, everything, so he realizes that nature is the giver. He will be thankful to the nature. Nature means the universe itself. But on the other hand, if someone realizes that the whole universe is created by the one who created the atmosphere, by the one who created my lungs, by the one who created my ability to inhale the air, then your capacity will be as large as the universe is, because all universe, whatever it is given to me. You have nothing in it, one single thing in it, smallest thing in it. This belongs to me. It is not given. I created it. It is that small thing limits your capacity to understand your reality, who you are. Does it make sense so far? So we don't have much time. I would go to the last point, which says, my heart is a throne. Now, shall I go on, or would you like to talk, ask something, or expect some more explanation about anything? Anybody?
Yeah, no, this makes sense.
Okay.
This
So,
go
no,
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, this parable you shared about, based on what I perceive to be something bestowed on me, that much will I recognize the source of existence of it. So if I'm negligent of little things that are provided to me, then my attitude would shift in such a way that, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be getting all this, so and so is supposed to provide this for me. Even with the source of my existence, yeah, I'm supposed to breathe. Yeah, air is supposed, it's a given. It's supposed to be given to me. And so if something big is given to me, let's say ocean is given to me, I'm like, oh yeah, there we go. This is exactly what I deserve. Like, and then I may fall into like forgetting that even like a drop of water that I was getting every day, that's a divine favor, or that's it's also like mercy bestowed on me. So this is what I took away from your parable, that based on how much I'm able to recognize whatever is given to me, that much I'm able to get to know or connect with the source of my existence. I hope that's what you intended on saying, but this is what I took away from it.
Shall I continue?
Yes, please, you can continue. Let's go over that heart.
Yeah, we don't have much time. That's why I'm not waiting for the permission of the moderator.
Yeah, that's all right.
Now, if, let's say, in the ideal case, we may not be aware of our reality all the time, every day. But at this, while we are talking this kind of very important subjects together, if I realize that, or if you realize, any of you here realize that everything is given to me extra, and whatever happens, maybe a small thing, rather than, as Feriha said, rather than giving the ocean but a glass of water, you will say, oh, this is a favor. Half glass of water, you will say, oh, this is a favor. Everything is favor for you. Then your feelings towards the one who gives them to you will develop into a love, and to say, I love you, I love you. You are giving everything. Whatever is given to me, all are from you. All are from you. So you will be, or I will be very grateful, and every time I will remember him, or whoever gives to me, every time I will remember him, every time I am given anything. For example, in the morning I woke up and my eyes are seeing. Oh, it is a favor, isn't it? Because I cannot make my eyes see, I found them given to me. Everything you hear, you breathe, you can think, your lungs are working, your heart is working, your muscles are working, your feelings are there. You feel something, you can think, you can imagine, you can use your imagination, you can make preparations for the day by thinking, making projects for yourself. I should do this first, and then this, and then this. All these are given to you. What happens? Your mind, your feelings completely will be filled up with the connection, with the love, with the remembrance of the one who created you and the one who created everything for you that you are aware of, that they are given to you. Your heart becomes a throne, means this. Every time in your mind, in your feelings, in your heart, as a human being, there is the Creator's realization residing there, always is there. You say, always, who is this man? Who is this one who is giving me the whole universe? Oh, always you are with him. You don't have to make a special effort to remember the one who gives it to you. Just pay attention to the one which are given to you and think, who is providing all of them to me? Exactly as I need it, exactly appropriate to my being. Exactly appropriate to my being. For example, let us say, the very simple example, the time is up now. Very simple example. You put your hand on the fire or hold something quickly, which is very, very hot. You feel that your hands are burning, huh? Don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And that feeling is created for you. It means the one who created this feeling is telling you, this is harmful, take it away, take your hand away. You have to say, take your hand, and say that, thank you for reminding me. What happened? The creator of this feeling will be present in your being. That is what your heart becomes a throne. Throne means what? The Sultan sits on it. Yeah? That's an, of course, it's an example, analogy. Your heart, your feelings become a place where the creator of everything is remembered, thanked for everything, and loved. You love the one who gives you whatever you want, don't you? That's a human feeling. Yeah. So your heart becomes your heart becomes the throne where your creator is remembered, where your creator is being thanked, where your creator is being loved for you. So when you see that one weekend, your mother example, that is the example you gave, the Maryam gave us this example. Mom usually example doesn't cook any food for you during weekends, expecting you that you should learn how to cook, so that you shouldn't be dependent always on your mom. Your mom will get old and you will grow up, and they are preparing for you for the life. Now it is a very wise thing to do. So your mom is not cooking, but one day she cooked you wonderful food. What do you feel? You say, Mom, give a hug, give her a hug, and say, Mom, I love you. This is a favor, extra favor. Sometimes our Creator gives us extra favor. Extra favor. For example, your parents are extra favor for you. They are protecting you now. They are providing whatever you need. But they are created for you so that your love, your happiness with your mom, you should remember that, my mom also is prepared by her creator, which is your creator as well, the creator of the universe. The creator has created her with the feeling of love for me, so that she is serving me. What happened now? Your love for the creator is doubled, because while you are loving your mom, you at the same time love the creator of your mom. It is wonderful, isn't it? You will be the happiest man in the world if you have this realization, if anybody has this realization. Thank you. I should stop. Time is up. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. There's a lot to ponder over. Yeah, so I guess maybe we can proceed here next week, because I was wondering about the heart too is a throne, but it cannot say I am like the divine throne. So I'll think a little more on that. I know it's very late, but H Pesa, if it's short, then go ahead, please. Okay, no problem. So yes, I guess, yeah, so for next week, we're gonna pick up from here. But yeah, so let's stop it here now today. Thank you all for participating, active dialogue, very beneficial. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Glory be unto you. We have no knowledge save except that which you've taught us. Indeed, you are all knowledgeable, all wise. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة. Ameen. And next week we will pick up from this last sentence. So between now and then we can just reflect a little more on it. And yep, that will be it. Assalamu alaikum everyone.